with respect to unforced errors, this is something I can't even get my brain around what has gone down over the past month, which is the threat of FBI involvement, FBI investigations, if you will, concerning parents showing up at local school board meetings. This is, as someone who really cares about education, as someone who really cares about free speech,
And you've been in government. You want to see government work. What is the FBI doing in this?
Obviously, the phony predicate here is domestic terrorism. And as though the FBI needs, if there was someone out there making terroristic threats or whatever, of course, that's a federal case. Go after that person. We know that. That's the law. Okay. Go after domestic terrorists. But to have regular parents showing up, exercising their First Amendment rights at local school boards, which is as American as you can get, education devolved to the local level. These decisions are properly made at the local level. The federal government has a limited but important role to play concerning education. That's what we believe. That's what the majority of America believes. And to have this threat hanging out there concerning just regular old folks who send their kids to public school, most of whom can't afford private school or parochial school, showing up because they're concerned about the content being taught to their children, and now they read the paper that the Justice Department may stick the FBI on them. Forget it. Unacceptable under any circumstances. There's nothing. A lot of these other issues we talk about, they're both sides. We know that we choose a side. We have a philosophical orientation. We believe what we believe. We've been in public life. People know where we're coming from. I can't see another side to this, babe. I cannot see a justification for this threat.
No, and people that are, we saw somebody get arrested this week, so lawyers need to represent these folks. Lots of legal pressure needs to be on them. This Loudoun County, Virginia
center of the
case
universe.
Is the center of the universe for this. For those who might not have seen, but a man whose daughter had been raped came to the school board to talk about that incident and talk about the policy that they were trying to implement in Loudoun County. And he was forcibly beaten up and arrested because he came to talk about this incident. It's the most outrageous thing you've ever seen. You can't believe it's happening in the United States of America. And this, my friends, is going to change Virginia, in my view. And this is the kind of thing that we need to pay attention to. The progressives, think they can get away with this stuff little by little without the media covering it, mainstream media covering it. This is the kind of story, this is the direction the country's headed in. Pay attention and fight back.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Progressives have gotten away with a lot over the past 30 years. A lot.
Oh, my God.
You can't go to college campus these days.
We weren't paying attention. And
we weren't paying attention. They will not get away with this. They will not get away with shutting down parents. Parents love their children. They will not get away with intervening between the parent and what the kid is learning in public school.
And the unintended consequence of COVID was that all of a sudden more people are paying attention to exactly what their children are being taught because of that messed up year.
Great point.
And it's just interesting here in Maryland where we weren't in school last year, but we are in school this year. What was the difference in the time for that? You just feel like that year was lost sometimes for no good reason. And I think that parents really, really want more control about what is happening in our public schools. And good for them. That's the way it should be. No, the parents are not terrorists. And the parents are the ones that should have the control in these school boards.
The parents are consumers.
Exactly.
We're talking about public schools,
right,
paid for by tax dollars, children in those public schools, teachers paid for by tax dollars, what those children are learning in those public schools, paid for by tax dollars. This is not complicated. We're excited about this. We're angry about this. This is as un-American as I can think.